in this call that I had with a friend of mine, we also were discussing forgiveness. And sometimes people that have wronged us in the past, and we are driving around and we're still thinking about this person 4 or 5 years later. And the question came up, well, has that person even given us a second thought? Has that person even thought about us or thought about what they did to us 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago? And the answer to that question is probably not. They don't even know that they wronged us. If they even did, right? It could have just been our perception. But once again, when we're in the moment, we think certain things. We feel like maybe people have wronged us. And we look at it, we're like, oh, hey, I'm a victim here. In reality, what part of that is my fault? I allowed one of my previous bosses to yell at me, out loud, yell at me. I allowed someone else that she had in the room to speak the most ugly words that you can imagine in a professional environment. I allowed that to happen. And the reason I say I allowed it to happen is I didn't set the boundaries for them. I did not teach them how to communicate with me because I did not ask them the question, who gave you permission to talk to me like that? Because I know you didn't just talk to me like that, because it's absolutely unacceptable. But a lot of times in the moment, here we are, our boss, we're afraid, oh, what happens if I speak up? They might fire me. Good. Let's get the hell out of there. We don't need to be there, right? And at the same time, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't teach them how to communicate with me. I allowed them to talk to me in a certain kind of way. That's my fault. The fact that they did it is their fault. The fact that I allowed them to do it, that was all on me. And so the question is, if they're not thinking about that situation ever again, who's the only one suffering? You're right. It's me. I'm the only one suffering because I'm the only one still thinking about it. I'm the only one still talking about it because they didn't give 2 rips about me after that. So we allow ourselves to continue to suffer from something that we experienced decades ago because we're the ones that continue to replay the video in our brain, replay it in our mind. So I would encourage you to go back, look at it and go, okay, what part of this is my responsibility? Own that, learn the lesson, forgive them, and move on. Because quite frankly, we've allowed them to take up and occupy way too much of the space in our minds already. All right, hope this helps.